Welcome back to another video, guys. We have another cool one with this JZX100 1J we have sitting in the corner. Now, what do you do when it is a wet, kind of gross day? We're going to strip it fully apart. We're going to have a look. We're going to do all the measurements. We're going to check everything. And then once we do that, we're going to pull the head apart, get it ready to go to the machine shop. And while we're at it, we've got a flywheel that we need to get done so the S15 can get manual swapped ASAP. Now, this should be a good one. I have no idea what it's going to be, so we're going to pull it over. A leak down test. We're going to do a leak down test. Once we kind of get an idea where it's at, we're going to clean it, strip everything we don't want, sell it, throw it out, doesn't really matter, but we're going to start pulling that apart. So let's bring it out. Obviously, this is a 1JZ VVTi that we've pulled out of the JZX100. Now, don't mind the dirt. There is a bit of Renault kind of going on the back because we are building a back slab build-up area. So we can store a lot of these cars. They're not kind of everywhere, so ignore the mess. This 1J, obviously, we don't really have any idea on the kind of life that this has lived before. We don't even really know much about the engine itself. We kind of know that the car was crashing, a bit of a bingle. This thing was fine. I think the worst that it copped was the viscous fan. Yeah, I think obviously that's a bit torched, but to be honest, I don't really like running viscous fans anyway, so I'll probably be going electronic fans. It's sitting for a couple of years because there's a few things that are damaged, but that doesn't mean that we can't get stuff powder coated, cleaned up, obviously get everything kind of cleaned as much as possible, and then obviously stuff this factory turbo setup off because that sucks. So yeah, I'm just going to start doing some light disassembly just to kind of clear it up, and then we'll come up with a game plan. Come up with here is we're going to hook up the leak down tester. Now, I'll have to pull my air compressor out. It's not quite set up, so it's just going to be a bit of a janky setup, but we'll put the leak down tester on it because I am kind of curious like what the life is. Obviously, once you pull the head off and all that stuff, you're not really going to get a full indication on kind of how those piston rings are sealing. So pull this compressor out and we'll start hooking up this leak down set. Those of you that don't know what a leak down tester is, essentially you put your air supply through one end, you've got your regulator where you set the pressure, you've got your pressure that you set and your leak down percentage. Now, if you're pumping in, let's say 100 PSI, just to make it easy, now you've got a 20% leak down, that means that this gauge is reading 80%. So essentially, it's reading the retained pressure because it'll pump in past this check valve that's in here to 100 PSI, and then this will measure the leak down. So essentially once it goes past this gauge, it's a closed circuit in this one. So this will supply it to that one, and then this one will tell you the retained air. Now, with a compression test, it's really good for giving you a rough indication. It's easy to set up, it's relatively cost effective. The issue is it won't tell you about wear, it'll only tell you about failure. So with this, it'll tell you where your kind of piston rings are at, where your stem seals are at. Maybe if you've got like crud, especially in a direct injection engine where you don't have that fuel coming through to clean off the valves, you might have a bit of crud underneath the valves on the valve seats, but this will give you an indication for that. This is the perfect tool for that. To set this up, we do have to pull these rocker covers off because we do have to confirm that the cams are at top dead center. That way the piston is at the top of its stroke, under compression, meaning that both valves are shut, meaning we have a sealed chamber. Hence, leak down, sealed chamber, measure kind of what is falling out of that cylinder. Well, in testing this, remember I said there's kind of a shed between the pistons at the moment because there might be a leaking head gasket? Well, I'm going to put this on, so a little bit of pressure in it, and yeah, I don't know how I'm getting out there, but I guess I got a little bit of cleaning up to do. Disgusting. So, eventfully, we've now managed to shoot oil onto the roof, like I said. It's all cleaned up. I've gone ahead and tested all the other ones, and here we have our numbers. Big, beautiful numbers covered in oil. So it progressively got better the further back you go. Now, this gives me a lot of optimism that it is just a failed head gasket, because even on an engine that catastrophically fails, it's only ever 1, 2, maybe 3. very rarely, pretty much impossibly, is it all of them. So the fact that that's happening, as well as when you pump air into one cylinder, it leaks out of others and all that kind of stuff, hence the oil shooting up. That gives me a lot of confidence that this is actually something to do with the head gasket, because again, stem seals, pistons, nothing ever always 100% goes. Nothing of a quantity amount will always go. Start stripping everything off, hopefully get down to the head, and then we can investigate, and hopefully we should be able to see the issue. Now, iron block, which means that despite the head gasket going, there might be trace amounts of issues, but it won't have warped the block too much, and if so, give it a mild clean. Head's already getting recoat anyway. So let's start ripping that stuff off. I think we're going to start with this turbo manifold. So scoreboard check. So we've torn down the turbo side of things. Now, looking at kind of everything, it doesn't look too bad as far as engines that have sat out. Now, I will say, and I'll just give you an example, I'm quite worried about this. Now, if you have a look in there, there's a bit of kind of sulfur buildup, like just a bit of shit. So, and same with that one, a bit of rust in there, if you can see that. Now, what I am worried about with that is that if that is the coolant hose, I am kind of worried that the actual coolant system itself will be gross. Now, if anyone watches anyone and you've seen Jimmy Oakes, he's recently had this issue with that V8 that he's torn down. So I'm hoping that it's not too badly corroded. It has been sitting for, oh, who knows, 10 years maybe, minimum. So yeah, we'll finish stripping off. Now, with this, obviously we're not going to run this turbo. Now, I'll bring you in and we'll have a look at it. Now, as far as turbos go, it's quite gross and quite depressing. You can even see into the core. Obviously, shout out to those eggs and all the oil it's spilling. But you can even see in there like how rusted that core is on the inside. So that turbo won't be getting sold because I, in good conscience, cannot sell that turbo to anyone knowing that it's rotted out. So we're going to continue the tear down. We've got to try and maintain stuff that we want to keep, stuff we don't want to keep's over there, stuff we do want to keep's here. Bag and label everything. And the rain starts coming, so we'll start going.
Kinda tired trying at the same shit. Kinda tired trying to give a fuck. Saving grace has never hit the same end. I've been running out of luck, yeah. Said I've been running out of luck, yeah. Said I've been running out of luck, yeah. Said I've been running out of luck, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now to break this video up, we actually need to go get a harmonic balancer removal tool because I actually have always managed to get them off without it. This one is dead stuck on there. Crank bolt was quite tight as you saw in that time lapse. Just jammed it up against the back with that pry bar, and then, yeah, slowly but surely coming along. So we've gone to Super Cheap. We've got ourselves our crank pulley tool. So we're going to set the stand back up because we need to get this off, to get the cover off, to get the water pump off, to get the hard pump off, and then that's this side done. We'll move to the other side. Now that was a severe waste of time because I just went all the way into town to get that puller because I attempted to remove it and it wouldn't come off. As soon as that Brooke came home, it wanted to come free by hand. So that's off. We'll go on to ripping off this water pump. And that's where we're going to leave it for now. For you, it'll be in a couple of seconds, but for me, it'll be the next day. Got to go for a dinner. So yeah, that's where I'm leaving it. But again, you'll see it in 20 seconds. And we're back for day number 2 on the 1J for the chaser. So obviously, I'm not going to explain where we left off. So we just have to pull a few more things off. So we're going to get straight into that. So, let's go.
No, but you should be paying.
I mean, I agree, you probably shouldn't.
When I have to pay for all like the groceries and the damn deposits and the pipe deposit.
You should, that's the point. You should be taking care of everything. It makes you feel exactly. And you should be taking care of someone in a relationship. Just like you guys are stuck. It would hurt me badass. So you don't know where to get.
Forever young.
Wow.
Disgusting. That doesn't even look like a proper fucking head gasket. The term is multi-layer steel gasket, MLS. This is LS, layer of steel. But this is fine. I put ATF fluid in there just for reference.
Someone put dirt in it though.
Yeah, I know, that's fucking probably just, that's gross. See, the thing is, like, I don't see any...
Is this one too fuzzy?
Nah.
In here.
That's gross. That needs a huge cleanup. This poor engine. But it's not corroded, which is... Not that I can tell. It's just full of shit. They're all coolant ports. They're full of, like, rust and cube. But that doesn't even look like a Toyota one. That looks like a fucking El Cheapo eBay thing. I don't think any amount of torque was helping this. But you can see how, like, it's like this bronzy colour. It's all burnt away here.
Yeah.
I think the cylinder head is, like, lifted. Which is weird considering the bolts were kind of tight, but some of them weren't.
Rocket.
Look at that. Hold on. Do you want to start recording? Well, I found the rest of the head gasket, boys. It was still stuck. The MLS fell apart. Oh, look at this. Here. Look at all this. Oh, there's some more goodness. Could make some ASMR of this. Look at all that crud. But overall, it looks pretty good. It's just disgusting. So, I would say it's a success. I would say engine is not so bad. It's just head gasket has failed, and I reckon they've copper sprayed it, and I reckon that head is lifted, because if you look at that, you can see that it's like broken down and deteriorated, but there's no like damage in between the ring lands or anything like that. I reckon this is just old AF, and that it's just deteriorated and it's lifted the head. So, success! So, in terms of an engine, this actually isn't too bad now. If I do have a look on the inside of here, there is a little bit of kind of heat marks, like a few heat marks and a little bit of crud. But to be honest, with how some 1Js run, I honestly would just send this as opposed to building it. I think that this is worth keeping and maintaining. Yeah. Some of these cylinders are a little bit more, I don't know, that one's a bit rusty and a bit gross. To be honest, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to come up with a verdict, but the cylinders, like the piston's cleaned up all right. The cylinder looks okay. There's a little bit of burn and scorching and that there's a bit fucked, but I really hope we don't have to pull that apart, but I think we'll see how we go. So this is where we're at. We've pulled the head off, we've inspected everything, we've cleaned all the pistons, and we've had a look at the cylinders. Now, if you have a look, there is a light layer of rust at the top. Now this is obviously where it's kind of been sitting in its cycle because it's been sat for so long. So I have rested ATF fluid in it. That's originally what kind of came out of it. Re-hone on all the cylinders. Now, that's not the end of the world. That'll be fine. So yeah, I'm going to do that in another video because at this point the video's probably gone on for too long. I'm not really sure how long this video will be, but yeah, so this is kind of where we're at. Everything's pulled apart. I'm obviously going to give it a clean up. I'll pull those pumps off in my own time. It's no dramas. But yeah, so expect another video of me pulling this down, pulling the head down, having an overall inspection, and kind of coming up with a new game plan on how we're going to go with this thing. So, thank you for tuning in for another video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Now, obviously this 1J is going in the chaser. We wanted to make probably in the ballpark of 450, 500 kilowatts. So, this factory block will be more than enough for what we need to do to achieve that. Now, obviously these cylinders are not ideal. Just looking at them now, like they are lightly corroded, not very heavily. So I reckon, and the fact like even now I can't really get my fingernail in it. So I think what we'll do is we'll pull everything out, check everything. While we're at it, we'll check the main and big end bearings, just make sure they're okay, give an inspection on the rods, make sure nothing's bent. We'll have to get new hardware for the bolts on the rods and all that, but yeah, we'll just give it a clean up, flip it over, recheck everything, pull them out, hone it. Once we've done that, we'll flat plane this, so we'll either take it somewhere or I'll just give it a hand sand. It's quite bad, so I'll have to see how it goes by hand first. And then the cylinder head, I'll start pulling that down as well because I'm just gonna get them to give it a flat plane on the bottom. I'll rebuild the actual head itself just to save a bit of money on labor. And to be honest, the place that I use, if I gave it to them like this, it'd probably take 4 to 6 months to get that back, which is ridiculous. So we'll pull that down and this down in a separate video. So in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate, as always, you coming back to these videos. I really hope that they're entertaining and I hope the audio and the quality is kind of good enough. Obviously with time, they'll evolve. But in the meantime, thank you very much and I hope to see you again. Thanks, legends.